take a moment. In the rush of trying to achieve all of our wildest dreams as quickly as possible, we often forget the importance of taking in the moment, of appreciating where we are, and slowing down and experiencing life with all of our senses. Today I'm going to share with you 3 ways that I've been slowing my internal mental pace and just my overall pace in life and taking my moments back. Hello and welcome to the channel. I make new videos every Wednesday to help you become the best version of yourself and to help you take back your life. I'm a bit prone to getting anxious and I'm always feeling urged to push the pace in my life. It's not necessarily a healthy trait to have. That is why I've really been trying to focus on integrating things into my life that will help me to slow that internal pace, to help me just appreciate where I am right now and not always feel like I need to be somewhere else, I need to be doing the next thing on my to-do list, and I need to keep going and going all the time. We're gonna rein it in, we're gonna slow down, and we're going to start experiencing life one step at a time. These 3 simple things that we're going to start doing are the best starting point, in my opinion, for slowing down your life and taking our foot off the gas just a little bit sometimes. The first thing that you should add, and this has so many benefits more than just slowing down your internal pace, is taking morning walks. This summer I started taking a walk every single morning, whether it be right after I woke up or after I had breakfast. I just made sure it was one of the first things that I did. It doesn't have to be the very first thing that you do, but it is important that you do it within the first 30 minutes to an hour of waking up so you really get all of the benefits from it. And it's good to get sunlight first thing in the morning because it can help balance your circadian rhythm and get it on track. I know we can all get really busy, so wake up 15 minutes earlier if you need to. Your walks don't have to be long. They can be 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but as long as you're doing them, as long as you're getting outside, that's what's important. You're waking up earlier to make time for yourself. Even though it helps you get your body moving in the morning, you don't have to think of it as a workout. Don't even think of it as getting in your steps. Don't try to make yourself walk a certain distance. Just get outside, get moving, go slow, go fast, do whatever you feel like doing that morning. Some mornings I wake up and I want to walk a mile. Some mornings I wake up and I barely want to walk at all. So I wrap myself in a blanket, I just get outside, take a deep breath, and walk super slow. I probably only get 1/10 of a mile in, but at least I went outside. And this is more about waking up your senses than it is about getting movement. You are getting some exercise. It is really healthy to get outside and walk, but it's more about taking in the fresh air, taking in the way it feels outside, taking in the things you hear, the things you smell. It's about taking a moment to take in the things around you rather than waking up, sitting down at a computer, and instantly getting into your workday. I would like to briefly take a moment to thank you for subscribing to my channel. Our YouTube family has been growing every day and that makes me so happy to see. Thank you for your support, it really means a lot to me. I am so excited for where this is going and where we're all growing together. I'm in this journey with you guys. I'm always trying to become the best version of myself, and you guys becoming the best versions of yourself alongside me feels really special and it makes this whole thing so much more meaningful, so I would just like to thank you for that. You start to realize that no day is the same. The air feels different, everything looks different. You notice some leaves on the ground that weren't there the day before. You notice some animals around that weren't there the day before. And now I don't want to miss walks in the morning because even on days that I had to kind of force myself outside, it was always worth it. And sometimes there were surprises waiting for me that I wouldn't have even known that I missed if I didn't go outside. One morning it was raining and I really liked the rain, but I just did not want to go outside. I did not feel like walking that day. And then when I got to the end of the driveway, there was a double rainbow in the sky and I was like, oh my gosh, I never would have saw this if I was sleeping in bed for the next 2 hours. And also keeping yourself accountable for walking in the morning helps you get up earlier in the day because like I said, you get up 15 minutes earlier, you go on your walk, you wake yourself up, and it can help prevent you from sleeping in all the time if that's something that you don't want to do. I'll input some footage of the double rainbow. I thought it was really cool. It started as one and then the more I was walking, the second one developed. So I wouldn't have seen either of them if I stayed inside, if I slept in. And that's something that's really cool about taking morning walks is you see so many more things that you wouldn't have seen if you never went outside. And I often notice that I start to appreciate more and more the uniqueness of every single day, because everything looks different, everything feels different every morning. There has been no 2 mornings that feel the same. I just think that is so cool, because when you're working on the same things every day, it can kind of start to feel like every day is the same thing. You're doing the same work at your desk, you're doing the same projects for school. But if you just take a moment for yourself to get out in nature, experience life around you, you really start to notice the little things and sometimes the big things that make every day different. Some days when I'm walking, I listen to music, I take the time to listen to audiobooks, podcasts, but some days I just walk. It's really important sometimes to just take in the silence and take in the little sounds around you instead of constantly having this audio stimulation in your ears. It can kind of prevent you from having your own thoughts. So yeah, spice it up. Some days listen to music, whatever, but remember it's important to just have that silence too, to not block out the sounds around you. The second way I've been taking back my life and slowing down my internal clock is planning breaks and limiting my work hours to smaller increments. If you're anything like me, you can get in the groove and start working for hours and hours on end, and that can be really unhealthy. Sometimes I start working and I won't stop for 8 hours straight. I'll forget to eat meals. And I don't know if any of you guys do this, but it's just really unhealthy. So what I've started doing is I won't let myself work for more than 30 minutes to an hour at a time, and I make sure that I take breaks between those increments, but I make sure the breaks are proportional to the amount of work that I've actually done. So if I work for 30 minutes, my break is not going to be 30 minutes or more. It's not work for 30 minutes, take an hour break. It's work for 30 minutes, take a 5-minute break. Work for an hour, take a 8 to 10 minute break. It just depends on how burnt out you're feeling. It depends on how much you really got done. Sometimes you can work for an hour and feel like you got nothing done, and sometimes you can work for 30 minutes and feel like you did everything you needed to do. The best way to do this is set a timer, 30 minutes to an hour. Try not to exceed an hour. You can really start to get burned out. You can really get stuck in that cycle of just constant work. You're in the zone and it's really hard to break yourself out of it. So I try to limit it to an hour. If my day is jam-packed, maybe I'll do an hour and a half. But remember, your breaks aren't going to be very long. So you're still working a lot. It's just making it a bit healthier, and it's preventing you from getting stuck in that constant work mode. Set a timer for the time that you chose, and when that timer goes off, stop whatever you're doing. If you need to finish the sentence, so be it. But do not ignore the timers, okay people? Do not ignore them. I will do that sometimes. It is not good. And then I look down and I've been working for 3 hours straight. And that's, like I said, against the whole point. So do not ignore the timers. When the timer goes off, put the pencil down, put the computer away, close it, stand up, walk out the room, and do something for yourself. Immediately start your break timer for whatever time you chose, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15. Start that timer and use that time to do something for yourself. You want the time that you're working to be long enough to get in the zone, but not so long that you get sucked into the vacuum of non-stop work. If you have a lot to do, just take micro breaks of 5 minutes. Something is better than nothing. During your breaks, something that you can do that will also add to slowing down your pace is going and being outside. I know I talked about my walks, but sometimes even when you're walking, you can be constantly thinking about the next place you're walking to. Sometimes just sit down, take in the things around you, but there is no work allowed during breaks. These breaks are a time for your brain to regroup, to recover before you get into your next work zone. Remember that you are going to be working again, but you still need to allow yourself time to slow your nervous system and just calm it down for a minute. If there is any work during breaks, it has to be mindless work, like doing the dishes, changing the load of laundry, folding clothes, maybe tidying your workplace. That's actually a pretty good way to use your breaks, because when you get back to working, you're going to feel refreshed and you'll be in a better mental state than you were when you were working before. Another really great thing to integrate into your breaks is listening to music. It can also give you a boost your energy, boost your mood. It can just make you so much happier. It can make your day go so much smoother. So continue these break work increments throughout the whole day, and I promise you, it will help you have such a healthier relationship with working and taking the time out of the day to still take care of yourself while you have a lot to do. And this is a way that you can slow down the pace in your life, because you aren't in that zone where you're working and working and working until it's nighttime and you don't know where the day went. you're still taking parts of your day to remind yourself of where you are, to remind yourself of the world around you, and not lose sight of your life while you're doing work. If you're finding this helpful, please subscribe. I would love if you joined our little YouTube fam, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a new upload. And if you'd like, share this video with your friends and family to hopefully help them add a little bit more calm into their lives as well. Thank you for subscribing, and let's get back to the video. There are way more than 3 ways to slow down your internal pace, but the third thing that I'm going to share with you today that will help you take back control to slow down is intentionally living through your senses and noticing the little things. This has been a part of the other 2 tips that I gave you, but this is a piece of a broader term called ikigai, and it is a Japanese word that has to do with having purpose in your life. And it was something that was introduced to me from a documentary about blue zones, where on average the people in these areas live way more than other people do. They, on average, live to be until they're 100, and so that really intrigued me. And one of the cultures, one of their major viewpoints was living with ikigai. There's a lot to it, and I'm not claiming to be an expert on it, but from the book that I read on it, ikigai has 5 general pillars: starting small, releasing yourself, harmony and sustainability, the joy of small things, and being in the here and now. Something that is heavily rooted in both the 4th and 5th pillars, the joy of small things and living in the here and now, is living through your senses. Immerse yourself in your life. Don't just walk through your life like a zombie. Take it all in. And I know this can be a scary thing to do, especially if you have anxiety. So the more that I do this, the more that I realize it feels like the pace of my life slows down, because I'm getting in tune with the natural pace of life rather than the pace that's been created in my head. And all of the thoughts constantly worrying, I'm reconnecting myself to the natural pace of life, the natural pace of nature, and it is really, really helpful. I would really love if everyone commented below one little detail, something they noticed today that they wouldn't have noticed before if they weren't living with this intention. Something little that made you happy that maybe would have gone unnoticed if you just weren't paying attention to the things around you. The thing I noticed today that made me happy was I looked out my window and there was a hummingbird flying by, and it stopped to look at its reflection, and I thought it was really cute, and I wouldn't have seen that if I wasn't taking my break. So that is my little thing that I noticed, and I really hope you share yours with me. It can help stop the urge to constantly be somewhere else than where you are, and by going through the list of every single sense and adding them one by one, you become so present where you are, and it forces you to experience the moment fully. Let yourself relax and enjoy this. Don't think that it is selfish to take this time for yourself. It is essential. Some advice that I'd like to leave you with today. Being productive is important to our happiness, but it isn't everything, and it never will be. Start taking your moments back. Take your life back. Do not let your work become everything, because it isn't. It will always feel like something is missing. It will always feel like you're detached from your life if you do not take the time to truly experience it. I've integrated these 3 things, and I'm trying my best to focus on doing them every day. As always, nobody is perfect, and the days that I don't do these things, I feel it. And I know that I feel better when I do them. Another piece of advice is to get outside, no matter the weather, no matter how hot or cold it is. I know that's kind of easy to say because it's summer right now. If you're somewhere where there's all 4 seasons, it can be a lot less enjoyable to get outside when it's snowing, and there's a lot less motivation to do so. But I've noticed that when I get out in nature, rain or shine, then I always feel better than I did before. Let yourself get rained on. Life is not that serious. And if you don't have somewhere super important to be, just let yourself have fun and let yourself enjoy the world around you. If you feel like you're someone who's letting your insecurities hold you back, is letting where you are in life hold you back from experiencing things, watch this video next. In that video, I talk about how to take action and start to combat these feelings and start being front and center in your life rather than waiting on the sidelines. I truly hope you have a vibrant and refreshing day. Get outside, take the time to make the day your own, and always, always remember that you can do anything. Hello! Holy shit. Oh, somebody take this thing away from me.